right, everybody, welcome back. This is Summerfield Havner coming to you live from the 2020 CSI Expo. We are brought to you in part by OBQs. This is a silver match in the 8-ball division, or 8-ball match silver division. This is Leandrea Gaff versus Robert Pike. This is a race to 5. We're playing BCA rules. All these players here have played 8 weeks in their local league to be able to qualify to play in this big old tournament. I don't know how many people were in this division, but I know there were 400 in mine. So that was 400 in gold. That's usually a little bit bigger. Silver's probably got almost that many, and then the platinum would be one above me, and that's probably half the size of the gold division. I'll try and look up those divisions and have those numbers for you. Let's see. Please, if you're tuning in, get on there and like this channel. If you're interested in being notified every time we go live, please ring that bell, subscribe, and that way you'll get notified and you can tune into all the cool hot pool action. Like I said, this is Robert Gaff at the table right now. They call him the Deacon. He plays out of Black Diamond in Spokane, Washington, a pretty important pool room right now. They've been hosting some larger tournaments. He also plays out of Legacy in Spokane, Washington. He's had a couple good finishes. He won the team event in 8-ball BCA, and that was back in 2006. And he took second place. His team took second place in 8-ball BCA in 2005, so a couple good years. Looks like he's tried and true McDermott player. Yeah, he's looking pretty good on stripes here. I think he's probably going to try and come back across for that 7. He might have run a little short if he's looking like he's on that 5-ball. As long as the 8's not in the way, I think he might take the 5 next. He's in the Inland League 430, and the manager there is Sharon Bledsoe. So a shout out here from Robert Pike to you. The Deacon at the table. I think he might try and push inside to take that 3 next. Oh, maybe he's trying to nudge the 7. Kind of got an unfortunate roll there. I think he's still got the 3-ball. I think that's what you got to take next. And he just calling it. It's always nice when a player calls those for you. I'm going to get on and share this and try and get some people watching. If you're out there, if you're a friend of Robert, a friend of Leandrea's, let them know that they're playing. Hopefully they're sharing with their friends and family. Love to have you guys tuning in and watching these guys. It's a great shot. You know, the only issue here is getting around the 13 ball. It's a funny stroke. I like to hit this with high left. I feel like if I do, I'm going to make contact with the 13. So I'm going to try and kind of punch this ball. I'm not really going to pop it, but I'm going to try and hit closer to center. Hope I get around that. If I don't think that's going to happen, I might just run right into the 13 and I don't get stuck behind it. Let's see here. Nice. Just barely grazed it. Got in a good position. Let's see. Share. Let's copy that link. 1 of the 6. That's a good question. I myself like to move my cue ball, so I'm going to hit some high inside on the 6 ball, and I'm going to run around 3 rails. Each ball. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in for a treat. We're getting joined in the box right now by the one, the only, bad boy himself. Turning myself off now. You on?
That's funny.
Rick Jones, what's happening?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Oh, hanging in there. Piece of cake. Piece of cake.
I keep kind of like making the joke. I'm like, oh yeah, going smooth, huh? And I think that this is this how they always go?
Yeah.
This is par for the course.
Yeah. No, everything's going pretty standard.
Uh-huh. You've got a pretty good demeanor about it. You know, there's always snags, but you seem to laugh it off pretty well. Nothing you can do about it.
Well, I mean, it's just a pool tournament, dude.
Yep. I don't know if you've informed anybody out there, but they may not be aware that this is just a pool tournament.
I know. I had a guy a little while ago just raging.
Yeah.
He's like, but these people should have turned in their score sheet like an hour ago. I'm like, dude, they're still playing.
They're still playing pool. You know how you want to play pool?
He wanted
They're
them
still
to
doing
forfeit.
that.
And I'm like, dude, they'll
Wow.
be done in a second. Just chill.
Yeah.
Good God. Yeah, it's always somebody. And it's, I get some of it I understand.
For sure.
As a competitor, you get really wound up in things. Some of it's like, you seriously got to shut up and think for a second.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, indeed.
I need to just get a hold of Google and go, okay, here, Google, these are going to be some answers that I need you to be able to answer when people come up and act fool.
Why,
so close.
man?
Because I've tried.
Yeah.
Siri doesn't know the answers either.
Yeah.
But we really need to get her hooked up because, when pool players come and ask the same question over and over and over, it's like, I really wish Siri would answer that.
You know, I talk to my bartenders about that. I talk about like the question that you get asked every day 700 times. This might be the first time somebody's ever asked that question. So goldfishing is a really important part of that job.
Yeah.
You don't need to goldfish quite as much out there.
Yeah.
You're not working for tips.
Yeah, the funny thing is like, somebody said, well, you should put a chalkboard up here. I said, yeah, we used to do that, but it doesn't work. Like, you'll get 20 people in line, and every single one of them will ask the same question. And
totally.
One time, we had a board up there, and we had like the top 5 questions from the day before. And the next 2 people came up, and like the top question they both asked, and I was like, wow. So I went out there, and I dry erased everything off this board, and I wrote down that question and then that answer. And the next guy came up and asked the same question. And then the next person came up, was standing right behind him. And I'm mind-boggled at how you didn't hear that question, right?
You're standing right there.
Like literally a foot behind. So I went over, and I picked up the board, and I looked at it, and I go, yeah, I spelled everything right. And I set the board back down, and the guy was like, you're just being a jerk. And I'm like...
It's tempting to just point to the board. You just go to the board.
So now I'm a jerk because I wrote down your answer for you, and I just wanted to point out that it was right there, but whatever.
Come on, Rick. That's not why you're a jerk.
I know, right? There's many other reasons.
Oh, I'm sure there are. All right. Well, Leandrea making a good run at that. Robert getting back to the table. Unfortunately, he's blocked on that 8-ball.
I love to see the guys and the girls
Look at this
playing
shot.
together.
Look at this shot. Oh, my God. He just drilled that kick.
He didn't even do a whole lot of aiming, did he?
No. Sometimes they're just natural. Robert Pike strikes first.
You sure that's not Santa Claus? Because that was a present there.
Yeah, indeed. Giving gifts early in the match. Holy cow. Leandrea's pretty sure that's not Santa. Sharon, thanks for tuning in out there. I'm glad you're rooting Sharon on. We're rooting for her too. Man, she had a good run at it. I thought she was out, but just rattled that one ball. It's easy to do on these diamond tables.
Yeah, she's a good player. I do like seeing the women playing with the guys.
I
wish they would all just step up and do it.
Well, it seems like most of them are, but there's still female divisions.
Yeah, right? There's still a lot of resistance. It's people hate change for one.
Yeah.
And I think over the next 2-3 years, you're going to see sexual divisions gone, right? It'd just be you're a pool player. And everybody has to start getting that mindset. And I know there's a couple of reasons that people don't want that. One, how would you like to be the woman that's strong and you come in and you win all the time and now they're going to take your bread and butter away?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Two, even with the women are just beginning, they feel more comfortable playing with other women, right?
I think that's the
And
the
I've
biggest
actually,
argument there is.
right, and I've actually seen some guys be total jerks to women,
Oh yeah,
especially when they're losing,
100%.
which I love. I think, yeah,
I just can't play against a girl.
right, yeah. So
Dudes just suck is what it boils down to a lot of the time, especially
yeah,
when put in competitive
yeah, but
situations.
but if you can get past the comfort,
Hmm.
right, and you can get
And that's a part of
and
competition.
just step up and go, you know what, I want to be a pool player. The women, their skill levels will rise so much faster once they start playing the
I
guys, right?
100% agree. Yeah, I haven't taught a lot of people, thank goodness for the pool community out there, but I've had a few people, a few females that have been interested in learning more about the game, and I feel like the things that I say are received, like they're heard, and it's
Right,
not like this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
right,
I know,
right,
I know, I
right,
know, I know.
right.
It's like
Yeah, but see,
I
one of the most important things in pool, other than hitting a lot of balls and learning, and there are books out there that you can go get and teach you how to aim and teach you how to do this. But the most important thing in pool is getting seasoned,
oh for sure.
right? So if you're comfortable, you're not getting seasoned,
Yeah,
right?
you're absolutely right about
The
that.
ones that hide from the TV table.
Yeah,
Eventually, you want to be a champion. You need to get comfortable with the TV
it's
table,
all TV table, but
right?
yeah.
Right. So same thing with your competition. Look, ladies, the guys feel like they have more to lose. You have nothing to lose because they're not respecting your game. So when you go in there and you put pressure on them, they're going to crumble. You're going to get better, and eventually you're going to own all those guys. So step up and get them, ladies.
Oh, for sure. If a pool player has one excuse, if they've got a reason, oh well, this is why. Oh man,
Right.
my cue got stolen. Oh man, I woke up late. Anything, anything in the world can happen where that'll give you
I
this
love you,
excuse,
man.
and it's like it's built in there, and that's just in the back of your mind. Like, oh, it's okay that I lose this because.
Yeah, we
And
got to get you to more events. I love you.
I love you too, man. I really have appreciated being able to be a part of this. Again, this is Leandrea Gaff at the table right now. She is
Can
firing
she?
this.
She's gonna. What is she shooting? She just.
She's cutting that.
Wow. Oh, I thought
Man,
she almost nailed it.
totally.
I
Got,
didn't think she could get enough of that to even be close.
it didn't look that way. It's tough on the monitor for sure.
Right.
Leandrea plays out of Bull Shooters and Mason Sports Bar.
Yeah. Yeah. We
Holy
see her
cow.
a lot in Tucson when we go down and do that tournament. She's an
No
awesome player.
way. All right, so she has won the BCA team event in 2008, 2016, and 2018.
Yeah, that's strong.
That's
She's a
awesome.
player, dude.
Mark
The girls
Nelson.
down there can play.
Yeah,
There's like,
it's
yeah,
just a
there's a
different world.
big group of women that down there can just put some whoop. I actually sponsored a team here in the event with Millie and Bernie Store.
Uh-huh.
I told them if they play Scotch together, I'll support, I'll give them shirts, matching shirts and stuff. And
That's awesome.
they were like, hell yeah.
Deal.
I think they finished 13 through 16.
Uh-huh.
In that
Team event's big. Do you know how many
doubles,
people are in the team
that's
event?
so strong. I have no idea. I haven't looked.
Yeah.
It don't start yet.
Do the numbers affect you guys at all, or numbers just affect payouts?
Numbers just affect payouts
Yeah.
here.
Oh man, just a little too thin on that one. That's the way to miss it, though. You want to miss that one pro side.
Yeah, now he's got her a little bit jammed up.
Yeah, I can't tell if that 10 ball gets by there.
Yeah, but can she cut the, what is that, the 12 in the lower left? And will that shoot the 14 over and knock in the 6? Whatever
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I don't know what ball that is.
That's a pretty big back cut, jacked up.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Well, she can shoot. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, I believe you. I've seen it. But I think I'm going to see more of it here. I think she's got the room.
Oh, no.
Oh, clipped it.
No.
So Mike and I had this conversation yesterday about genderless Scotch doubles, and me being from my wonderful little liberal bubble of Oregon, it's interesting to me that we are going genderless after Worlds is going genderless. First of all, because it seems like that would be something that would happen for us.
Yeah.
And I also,
In all honesty, dude, I was shocked when I talked the Western BCA into going genderless in singles.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you guys really need to do this because of for me, the argument was skill level, putting that many more people all into one pot and being able to divide them by skill level.
Uh-huh.
Because for me, an event like you guys have where you can only put 80 tables in, the biggest key to running a smooth tournament is being able to regulate the division size.
Yep.
So that worked, and it worked out phenomenal. I think the
Yeah,
first year
because
we
once
had,
that board gets huge, I mean, that first round is going to take so long.
yeah.
There's going to be a
So
lot of weight.
yeah, so the divide. I mean, you guys had, I want to say the first year you guys had 940 singles,
Uh-huh.
and probably 240 of those were women. We divided the divisions up. You had 6 divisions. The bottom division and the top division were smaller. The rest of them were in the 200 range or 160 range, something
Hmm.
like that. And you had 2 of the divisions were won by women. One division had second place woman. I think one of the other upper divisions had a fourth place woman. It's like, well, there you
That's
go.
so
There's
awesome.
all the proof right there in the
For
world
sure.
that you need, right? Come around, come around.
Come on, sugar. So one of the things, I think there's a couple different arguments for that. I I think that genderless is really good just because that's the way it should be. But is it going to encourage play or is it going to discourage play? I think that you're going to get a few more Scotch doubles teams because a male partner is easier to find. But how many female players do you think you're going to lose because they didn't want to play? They didn't want to compete. The only thing they ever did was Scotch doubles.
Okay,
They played
but
with their husband
so if
or
you look at it, right, you
uh
can still play male female, and you'll be put into a division where your skill level, as the divisions grow,
for sure.
right, you're
Yep.
going to be put into a division where your skill level is more balanced,
Yeah, I definitely don't think
right?
it's
So
a
you could play, you can
disadvantage.
still play with your spouse,
Uh huh.
right? The other advantage is yeah, you should have a lot more teams because then the
Wow, I thought
reality
you made that.
is there's a lot more men playing pool than women,
Hmm.
so you get that growth. And then you also have that aspect of there's a lot of women out there that only want to play women's singles.
Yep.
Well, now they can play Scotch with another woman.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, it opens a lot more doors that people aren't really thinking about.
Yeah.
So, going genderless, I think, is a great way to do it because
So I know that there's no difference in skill set between males and females, and I think there's a little curve right now, but I think that will disappear very quickly. Um, but
it's more about comfort.
I think there's a lot of silly dudes out there who think I don't really want to play Scotch, playing with a lesser player, whatever they think, and they now that there is a male, you can play with a male. I think a lot more dudes are going to be like, oh, I'm totally going to play with a
Right. As
guy.
soon as they start doing
I
that,
think
I'm
that's
going to crack some serious jokes on them and
yeah.
torment them. And
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm telling, and especially in the Pacific Northwest. I mean, we've got some phenomenal female
what
players.
happened, dude? Why is Brinson messing with you there in the chat room?
Oh,
Man? Why is he
he's
got?
been messing with me all day.
Why does he got to be like that?
I don't know. I mean, he must have remembered that from years ago, and it was a long time ago. And full on, I missed my match. I got there, and when I got there, the player was still there. And I talked to him. I'm like, dude, don't do that. Let me play.
Oh,
Let's
you tried to
play.
put the
Come on.
pressure on the poor
I'm like,
guy.
man, well, what I said is it's fine. I understand I wasn't here, but dude, don't do me like that. Give me a shot.
Do
Let's
you
play.
like that? Why'd you do him like that by not showing up on
Well, that's
time?
kind of what you said at the time. And I,
Is that
I'm,
what I said?
no, actually,
Okay.
I dealt with your female counterpart there, Bonnie. And what do you think she said?
Same thing.
Yep, pretty much the same thing.
Yeah,
And the reason she gave me, I think, is a really good one, and
it
that
is.
is that if she lets me play, I have all the momentum going in.
Yes.
And I'm going to end up winning that match, and that person is going to be like, "Why did I ever do that?"
So here's how we came with that policy, right? So we first started running tournaments,
Nice hit.
and everybody. Well, if they show up here, they were letting that happen.
Yep.
And for me, it's like, oh, I don't like that, right? So then we started tracking every single forfeit that was issued, and we reversed because the players agreed to go ahead and play.
Uh-huh.
The player that should have won by forfeit lost. Like it was 100% over a year.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So then it was like, you know what? It's crappy for that player because.
Yeah, because nobody wants to lose that way. And
Well, is that the one ball right there?
it is.
Okay. Still a little tough on the unless you can run into the three, but
I think he can touch it.
or he's going to try to get it in the side. So anyway,
I think you're going to see Robert play safe.
Going
again.
back to the forfeit thing, it's it's crappy because you come in late and you go, "Oh, come on, dude, don't do me that way." And that guy doesn't want to feel like he's being a jerk, but he doesn't actually realize that he's already
Being a
kind of
jerk.
giving up his momentum, right?
Maybe he's not being a jerk. Maybe he just is a jerk.
Well, he could be, but
Jerk.
you're being a jerk for not showing up on time.
That's fair. It is
So we took that
Robert.
out of the players' hands because who wants to say, no, dude, I don't want to play. I want to win by forfeit. Because they don't. But mentally, they've given up
Why
on
don't
the
they want to
match.
say that out loud?
Because they don't want to feel like a jerk. And
What?
it's not their job. How many times does somebody play by the rules and then everybody treats them like trash? Oh, you're being a nit. You're being a, right?
Totally.
And like I said, their momentum, they've given up their momentum. They're standing there, they're waiting, and we go, yeah, you win by forfeit, and then they relax.
Just the other day, fellow
don't have the
commentator
pressure.
Mike D. He's at the table. One of the newer referees, Mitch Knuckles, friend of both of ours, walks over and he's just like, what you wearing here, bud? And he's like, well, oh
slow
man,
punked him, huh?
no colored shirt. And he's like, it's gonna cost you a game, and
Yeah.
cost him a game. And Mike, I was like, you are kidding me! I can't believe Mitch did that. And he's like, what do you mean? Those are the rules.
Yeah, it's
That's-
the rules, man.
He's doing his job, and those are the rules. He is
Yeah.
literally there for that reason, to
Yeah.
enforce the
Well,
rules.
the rules are the rules.
If you don't like him, you should find a different tournament to play.
Yeah.
And it was funny that I was defensive of him, and Mitch is like one of my favorite people. I love that guy.
Right.
But I was like, I can't believe Mitch would do that.
So
I hope he's listening right now.
I like shooting the 14 and just draw back about where the cue ball is now.
So you can run into the left side rail and then
Yeah,
break the 8 out.
and naturally break it out without having to put any spare zing on the cue ball.
Yep.
She's got it.
It's a pretty sweet shot.
Yeah, looks like all she's got to do is maybe,
A little bit of right.
well, yeah, maybe like 230. Hit the cue ball at 230.
Are you a big fan of the clock system? Look
Yeah.
at that shot.
There you go. I bet you hit that at about 230.
Bam.
Yeah, it's easy for me to explain to somebody where to put the tip on the ball because I know everybody thinks about stroke and all that stuff, but you know what the actual most important thing about shooting pool is?
What's that?
Where the tip hits the ball, period.
I agree with that.
There's nothing else more important.
What about where your butt is behind it? How square to the hit your butt is?
Yeah, but the tip, I mean, it don't matter how square you are if the tip don't hit where it needs to.
Which blows me away. I mean, somebody was trying to tell me about backhand English, and they're watching me hit, or they're telling me how to hit this ball, and I'm like, well, that doesn't work. That ball doesn't. Oh shoot, that ball goes when I'm hitting in a completely different direction. As long as I'm lined up and then I backhand at the last minute, it was just crazy to me, and I don't understand why, and I don't like it. I like to understand why something happens.
Tip is most important.
Yeah,
It dictates the travel of the cue ball, dictates everything.
it's pretty wild. All right, Leandrea. Oh man, and I think she just hit a little deep on that second ball.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of players playing the second
she was a
ball
little
break.
quick on the break shot there.
Yeah,
but yeah, she played that last rack perfect. I loved it.
Me too. 1-1.
Oh, James. I thought, didn't we put this? We didn't set this, so never mind. I'm not gonna be mean.
Dun dun.
Yeah, it's gonna be like I thought we limited this to 18 and older.
Well, in that case, Colby's out.
Well,
Dude,
commentator,
she has been
rocks.
hilarious.
She's so funny. So
For the most part, we've only had one person that was kind of like, "All right, enough already."
oh, get over it.
Yeah.
Yesterday, she's like, I got to get in the dino suit. I was like, why? She goes, because they want me. I was
The
just
people
laughing.
want the dinosaur,
Yeah,
right?
the people want me. I was laughing so hard. She's awesome.
She really is. You've got a great crew here, Rick. It's pretty awesome what you guys accomplish, and I mean, this is a big event. I don't think
We're
think
like
people know.
rolling dice. All right, is it going to work this time?
Here we go. Has there been any interaction with the casino? Any talk about everything going on?
CSI keeps all that. They do all the conversations, and
Uh-huh.
they've been talking. I don't see anything. You know, we're in a tough spot because all this shutdown stuff just happened right in the middle of this event. You know, and so now we're like stuck in the middle. I've had people complain that we're still doing it. I've had people come up and praise us for being here because
Yep.
it's the only way they can take their mind off of what's happening in the world today, right?
Right.
So I'm like, well, you know, I kind of agree with both sides of it too. You know,
Oh
it's
yeah.
like,
Here's your break ball right here. Look
yeah,
at that shot.
yeah, the girl can play,
Man,
and that's exactly what she was shooting
just
for.
hits that ball with confidence too.
Yeah,
That's what I wasn't doing today. I was shooting timid. I was taking my time. I was trying to be really patient, looking for the out. But man, I missed some shots that
yeah.
I haven't missed in years.
Thank you, James.
It's pretty funny.
It was, but
Oh, I think the retraction is funnier
yeah,
even still.
yeah, he pulled out.
Oh, I see. I
Yeah.
see. Is Mike D about to play now?
I have no idea,
You just finished. You got it. Yeah, Pepsi and cheese.
dude. They're missing you. They're missing you here. Fans.
Mike D heading to the bathroom.
The mighty Mike D.
All right. He did
It's
win his match. What was the score? 6-4 again. All right. That's 2 6-4 victories. No way. Oh, wow. All right. So Mike just took down the fellow who took second to Dexter in 9-ball.
wow.
That's
Wow, did
big.
the music just get like really loud?
It definitely seemed like it
Yeah,
turned
let
up.
me go turn that down a little bit. Oh,
Yep. Sounds good.
Mike could be back.
Mike will be back shortly. Rick, thanks for joining me. You are that one right there. All right. And again, Leandrea back at the table. Just reading through this, I am blown away. I mean, 2008, 2016, 2018 BCA team event champion. She plays with a Mark Nelson. He's an Arizona cue maker. And she breaks with a BK3. Her different leagues are she plays in the Champions League. Todd Rowitz is the one that runs that one in the East Valley Legacy League. That's Kathy Kelly. And Arizona Hotshots, Larry Eanes and Sophia Balancad. Balanced. Perfect. Leandra is a 507, and Robert is a 512. So pretty evenly matched players here. And you can see because we got a heck of a match on our hands. We're at 1-1. He's got to cut this ball pretty thin, and jacked up over a ball makes it tougher. Not for Robert. He just drilled that ball. Tumbling nice. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys can't hear any music. It did seem to get a little louder in the background, but we're just trying to be cautious about that for YouTube. Yeah, not sure he can see that one ball. It's pretty deep in there, too. So he's going to try and catch the edge of the rail. Oh, he was able to do it. I probably would have tried to stay low enough on the 3 so that I could deal with that 2 ball right now. Because the only pocket it looks like it goes in is the lower right-hand corner pocket. I don't think he can see an edge of that, so now he's going to have to run around and do something else with it. I think he's on line to play a little bit of inside, probably a little bit above the center of the cue ball with right English, and run around 3 rails. Hopefully get right about where the 11 is now and take the 2 in the lower right-hand corner pocket. And hit it good. Oh, man, it looks like that top just took a little bit of speed off his stroke. Or off the reaction of the cue ball, excuse me. Don't think that 8 ball or that 2 ball cuts in. He might be able to back cut it, but I think it's a scratch shot. How's everybody doing out there? Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. We are still waiting to get our top view camera working. Hopefully that's going to happen at some point soon. Jeremy Jones has been piece by piece getting us rolling here. Right now we got the essentials. We got a camera on the table. We're hooked up on the microphone, and we'll be coming to you live for the next 7 days. So plenty more pool to come. This is early on silver round singles 8 ball. Tons of people. Let's look at the divisions. Let's see how many people we got going here. Cutting that 10 ball. Oh, I think she overran that. I think she's going to be just fine, but I think she overran it. All right. 8-ball bronze singles. We have 150. Silver 352. Gold 350. So I was wrong. There were more in silver than gold. Ooh. And platinum 149. I was about right about that. Senior 161. That's a big senior bracket too. And man, I tell you, it's a competitive category here. There are some really quality senior players. Senior 8-ball singles platinum. I didn't know that was a division. Senior. Speaking of seniors, please welcome to the booth, Mike the Dizzler D.
Mike
How
D.
are you?
Mike D. I'm doing good. How you doing?
Mike D. Mike D.
1-1 race to 5. Is this is singles?
This is singles silver
Okay.
division. Doesn't look like silver division.
Listen,
man.
I'm going to say something that you guys already know, but I'm going to say it. This is a man playing a woman.
This is a man playing a woman.
This is 2020.
Believe it or
and
not,
this is how we do it.
we have discussed that.
Really?
It was
came
something
up.
that came up.
Okay.
At some point, I think we're going to get to the point where that's not the main part of the conversation. I like that we still talk about it because it's an interesting thing. But, man, this girl hits the ball. Leandrea plays solid. She just played a smart safe there.
I'm going to tell you a story.
Yes.
Derby City, April Larson. She
DCC.
comes and co-commentates.
Uh-huh.
She sits with Rick, and then she sits with me. I speak with her. Later, I listen to the match. Both Rick and I gave her all sorts of advice we'd only give to a woman. We discussed what we thought of women in sports as if she cared.
Uh-huh.
She's 19 or something.
That's
It's not
so
her
funny.
business. She's not the representative of the females. Both Rick and I basically had the same conversations with this poor girl, and she was so sweet about it.
And
she was so nice.
That's so funny.
How we felt about women in competition versus men, and we had our own theories. It's the same damn theories. This poor girl.
I've got a lot of female friends, you know.
Right?
Totally. Yeah.
Some of my best friends.
Some of my best friends are female.
Right? I know.
I can name them. April.
That's right, April Larson. Right?
I saw April earlier on. I was about to ask her to co-commentate, and I had the thought, why am I asking this woman if she'll co-commentate? And I think it was because I was interested in her. I think at some point I thought that she commentated. I thought she'd be interested in doing it. I know that she's a developing player right now.
Yeah, she's wonderful commentating. No, and we should get her on the mic if she's willing.
I'd love to.
I've talked to her quite a few times. She beat me out of 9-ball. She spoke to me a lot while she was doing that.
She was talking the whole time you were playing, wasn't she?
No, I don't mean it like
That.
That's
why she won? You're saying she talked
to
your
I'm saying is she was willing to speak to me during the match. So
come on. I don't think that's why she won the match, Mike. I think that's too far. I think accusing April Larson and talking in your bets.
You think it's too much?
Too far, yeah.
It's not too far.
Tell me about your match.
The match I just played. Well, the guy. That's ball in hand. There's a rule about that. The guy I just played got second in 9-ball to Dexter. Dexter double dipped him. Here's the thing too. I didn't remember any of that till after the match, and he said, "Well, you saw me play Dexter." I said, "Kind of, yeah." He said, "Okay, I played Dexter for the finals. He had to double dip me."
You saw me
I'm
for
like,
2 hours.
Oh, that totally happened, Sean. And he says, and this is a good point, I kind of needed you to remember that so you'd be intimidated playing me. He's half kidding, half joking, but I can tell he's a little thrown off that I didn't remember. And I'm like,
do you even care?
Right. So it's like if your wife or girlfriend tells you something later, you're like, you never said that. Just this look of like, we talked about this.
You know what emotion I have when somebody says, do you remember me? It's terror. It's instant panic. I have no idea.
I'm walking to the booth and a guy says, "Mike D, how's your match?" And I thought, I have never seen you before in my life.
Guaranteed.
It went really good. How's your match going? I'm in the middle of it. Will you get him, buddy?
Would you have bet money you'd never seen him before?
I definitely
in a lineup. You would have said 100% no.
Okay, now here's the problem. 1, yes, I would bet money. I've never seen him. 2, I could easily lose that money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
So you probably wouldn't take that bet.
It's the panic you're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm confidently oblivious.
Yeah.
Confidently oblivious.
Yeah, for sure. We've been talking about a skill set that you have that I struggle with, and that is doing nothing. Seeing something, it's happening. That manhole cover, out of the way. It should be in a different position. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do nothing. You know why? It's not my job. That's not what I do. It's not what Mike D does. I don't think it's what Summerfield does either, but I don't know if it's like self-entitled weird thing. Like, oh, I better help that. I better get that manhole. Because
This is the wrong way to say it, but it's the best I could do on the spot. A lot of life looks kind of messy to me, and sometimes getting involved looks just silly. Like, what would be the point?
Yeah.
That's messy. It's not going to go well. I can't fix it.
Yeah.
Now, there's things that I can fix that I definitely see my responsibility involving children
Example,
or safety.
okay.
I'm there, you know. Yes,
Manholes don't fall into that?
I've seen you maybe stop to help converse with people and have conversations where I thought, yeah, it's been a long day. Going back to my room.
Yeah.
I'll see you when you're done helping
Mike
this guy.
D out. Yeah.
Mike D out. Yes.
You have fun.
Yes. I have perfected the step back two steps and then slowly slide away.
And I think it's probably the amount of involvement you have in so many things, because you are involved in so many things that require so much of you that you know your lane.
Yeah. I working with kids all my life and foster care and stuff, there are times that you go way out of your way to help people, and there's times you just have to say, there's only so much of me and I can get spread too thin, and then nobody's done any good.
Yeah.
It's probably something I've learned working with children, and I've carried that on through the rest of my life as I've gotten older. I can't fix everything. The things I can fix, I work really hard to do.
Right.
But
that's Mike D's lesson of the day for me.
That's what you get. Bottom left for the shot on the 15. Okay, that's all right. She's going to get natural shape on the 8.
Oh, yeah. She is a really strong player.
That was smart that she left herself angled.
Did I forget a game? People in the chat room, did I totally miss a game? I think she might be up 2-1 right now. I'm going to have you do a casual walk by maybe.
That was a great shot.
I know she's about to go up something to 1.
Good for her. Would you like me to go look?
Yeah.
That sounds like my kind of a job.
Yeah. You don't have to do anything. Just get casual.
It's not complicated.
Okay. Maybe the play-by-play. Mike is casually humming as he walks by. I think he might introduce himself. So it's a thing when you walk by and check out somebody's score sheet. The last group was like, who are you? Oh, James says the art of saying no. Are we at 2-1?
Yeah, something about that. Yes, Robert has 2. And Leandrea has
Leandrea just won that game. Leandrea.
Let's go 2-2 and assume that he didn't mark his game, because I promise you the sheet said.
I think they missed. I don't think that he was up 2-1. Anybody in the chat room know? Because if you don't know, honestly, it's not going to affect the game.
The score sheet that I just went and looked, I promise you it said 2-1 Robert. I'm going to go look again, because that's the opposite of what we have, and I feel like that's my responsibility.
Awesome.
It's the right thing.
You're going to solve the problem. You know what you should do while you're at it? Throw that cheese up in your business, because you got cheese in here and right here. You probably should. Mike D pretty much survives on cheese and Pepsi, and we got a lot of both.
Oh, it's fine.
It's good. Cheese is good. He's leaving it. All right. He is going to go look for us, though. It is as it is. That's what Tex is saying. I think you're right. Robert missed a winning shot. Yep, he did miss that 8-ball. That was heartbreaker. But he's at the table now. I'm pretty sure he's still at the table. Looks like Mike's getting busted with the scorekeeping. He's back.
He circled the wrong score.
So it is 2-1. Excellent. And Robert taking advantage of when it is open. You are able to hit the other suit before the suit you're intending to make, as long as you call the shot. He just drilled that ball, so he has claimed the solids. I think that's the correct choice here. Man, oh man. Somebody made some balls on the break here. The unfortunate thing about not getting high enough over there is that you're not high enough. You can't get to the backside of that too, but I think you can draw off the 5 into the 8, kind of leave your cue ball about where it is, and then drift over to the right side of the 2 on the next shot. What do you think?
Yes, you're talking about getting shape on the 1 ball?
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. If he pulls back just 3 inches, I don't know, and then pockets the one gently so it doesn't touch that 11. He
Yep.
should have nice natural shape for the 2-ball.
Are you concerned at all about making the 8-ball here?
No, I'd be concerned about pulling too much back and hooking myself behind
Behind
a
the
15.
15.
So I like
Totally.
he went conservative on that. He chose to move the 8-ball
Yep.
instead of do something crazy. Touch wise with the cue ball can get so dangerous.
Indeed. Well, I tried something today that I've never tried before, and I had limited success. You know what I tried?
Tell me.
Tried counting.
Oh, you really did, huh?
I did try counting.
Interesting.
And I have to say, there were a couple moments where mentally, I think it was helpful.
Oh, good for you.
I think
good
that
for
it distracted my mind. I think that there were also a couple moments where, after I shot the ball, I said, I probably should have done this before I tried it in the world.
There's that too. Yeah, there's
because
that
I
too.
do think that I was a little I kind of got into it. I was a little distracted by the
Okay,
counting.
okay.
I'm
Were you
easily
able to see that it does not dictate the pace of your play? The pace of your play dictates your counting. Were you able to make that?
Yes,
Yeah, because
totally.
that's the one thing I worry about is that I don't want you to see it as a regimented thing
Yeah.
that drives you. You drive it.
It's very true.
Okay.
One of the things I definitely would count faster. He's out just like that. Great out,
Wowzers.
Robert.
Definitely count faster, yeah, at different times.
Uh-huh.
And then at slower times when you're thinking of what to do outwise, it's more 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah.
And would calm myself down a little bit. So yeah, I think that there were good parts of it. I can see that this could be a valuable thing for me in the future. It definitely didn't have much success today, and that is my third excuse of the day for why I lost. So
Well, I want to know the first two.
The first two are no good. It's been a little whiny day. I'm like, oh, my pool cue got stolen. Oh, it was a 9 a.m. match. Oh, Mike D told me I had to try this cool thing that he does that if I don't do it, I'm going to lose. And I tried it and I lost anyway. That's completely a lie.
What
Mike,
day is today?
It's called Sunday.
Jesus Christ, I
Let's
have
go
a match
Sunday.
at 3 o'clock.
Oh, man, you got to go. Mike D out. Dude, go. They would have called you, right? Oh, man, I hope that doesn't. 350. That doesn't look good. James says when he's counting, he's yelling in his head, and that seems to work. Huh. Yeah, Mike talked a little bit about counting louder when things are creeping in. I like a lot about that. I guess I just want to believe that I'm in a little better control of my mind, and I can calm myself, but obviously there's times that I'm not able to do that. So that seems like a really good tool. I can also say that... Sorry, I got distracted. I wasn't counting. Yeah, even though you got a couple trouble balls here, I don't like your starting ball here. And it's not like you don't have problems. You still got to deal with that 4 ball. I guess you got the 6 to get on the 4. I don't know what your next shot's going to be. Maybe the 4. Maybe if you leave yourself good, you can take the 4 now. Yeah, otherwise you're hoping to land on the 7. I guess you got the 5 in the upper left-hand corner pocket. Oh, that's what I was going to say about counting is I'm a little afraid that I might get too into it and start doing that a lot of the time because I think I could, count my life away. I like simple things. I like simple math. I like simple pool. I like, connected out pool. I like 10 ball. I also like complicated things. I like one pocket, but to me, one pocket, even though it's complicated thinking, it's one goal. I'm either on attack mode or I am completely defensive mode. Well, maybe not completely. Sometimes you're doing 2 things at once, but I think you all out there know what I mean. I do not think I'm taking this 1. That's too sharp for me. I think I would be taking the 7-6. Oh, man, it just about pockets that ball. It's a tough shot, and that's kind of why, I'm going into no man's land. If I'm cutting that ball clean, I think I'm going to hit the ball too hard to stop before I get into trouble like that. So Leandrea has a couple treble balls, but she has a bunch to deal with it. She's got to deal with the 13 and the 11. I don't believe the 11 passes the 4. If it does right now, then her 2 treble balls are pretty much dealt with. If she can just go from the... I guess the 13 still got to be dealt with, but it's... Hey, man, if you can go 11 right now, take it. Pop off that ball. Probably run into the 14 a little bit and hope the 14 gets off the rail so that I can take that next. Man, I'm nervous about Mike D now. I hope he didn't miss his match. James, don't you hope Mike D didn't miss his match? Let's see. 8-ball, singles, platinum, 149 people. Mike D. D. I don't know if you guys are following on the bracket, but this CTS on demand is pretty phenomenal. What? Mike D wasn't enough. Mike Deichman. Must be EI. I'd start calling Mike Michael. You guys with me if we do? I think we probably should. I think if we all start doing it, it's going to be funny. If just I do it, it's not going to be very funny. De La Cruz, DeVoe, Dolphin, DeMarco, DeLauder. No dice. All right. Did Mike end up for, you don't know? Oh, man, I hope not. I was just trying to look him up on there, and I don't know how to spell his last name.
Well, he didn't come back, so it's Deichman.
DEI?
Yeah.
Huh. Didn't pop up. Hopefully that doesn't mean he's eliminated.
Yeah, so if you do the
No.
it'll get you in a mood, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, use it.
No.
Yeah. Plus, if you do it out loud when
I
you
like
got some
that.
when you're in a bar
Uh-huh.
and you got some chumpa in there talking trash on a bar table and you know you can whoop him, it's so much fun to walk around the table going
Cinderella story.
and just whoop his butt.
When was the last time you played pool in a bar and just totally kicked somebody's butt?
Me?
Yeah.
A couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I haven't played hardly at all in a long time. It's funny, when I moved to Alaska, that's when I really started learning. I went down to Portland like 5 years later. And a friend of mine was like, "Oh, you play pool?" I was like, "Yeah, I play okay." He said, "Oh, you got to come meet this guy. It was some bar in Tigard, some rich guy.
Uh-huh.
Paid for my whole trip and then some. And I never played more than $20, dude. But I walked in, it was like a yuppie bar. This back in the early 90s, like 91, 92, right?
Wow.
So it was kind of like a yuppie bar. And
in Portland?
Tigard.
Okay.
Out in Tigard,
Yeah.
right? So when I walked in, everybody's wearing like business suits, and I walk in, I'm wearing torn, shredded jeans and a wife beater shirt. And there were quarters lined up all up one rail and across the back rail. It was $10-$20 all night long.
That's awesome.
I couldn't play fast enough, and nobody had a shot at beating me. But I just kept talking trash, and they kept throwing them quarters up there, and I was like,
you can't
"Oh, it
beat
was
me.
so much fun, dude!
It
was so much fun."
Eugene
I miss
just
those days.
never works that way. I mean, you're lucky to find a $20 set.
Yeah, about probably I want to say like 97. That kind of started dying everywhere.
And that's not true. There's a couple players that will play. But
they're players.
I fault totally. They're players,
right? See, back in the early 90s, dude, you played nobodies all day long for 20, 30, 40, $50.
Man, back
when I was in Alaska, when I was in Alaska, all the guys would come down from the slope.
Mm-hmm.
We played $50-$100 games all night long, dude. I can tell you, Bonnie will tell you. I remember going home, and my thighs hurt because I had so many $100 bills tucked in my pockets, dude. And we were playing like, 20 on the 5 and 50 on the 9. and 7 or 8
Crazy.
guys in a ring game, right? And all I had to do was win once every 3 or 4 games. But every once in a while, I'd hop up
Wow.
there and break and run, make the 5 early, spot it back up, make it again, run out, and bam,
Totally.
there's $900.
$900. Yep.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. I miss those days. They're gone, long gone.
Well, Rick, one of the things that I'm here to do is I'm here to help you with problems, and I'm here to troubleshoot. So if you have any issues with $100 bills in your pocket, I'm your guy.
I will let you know.
I don't want sore thighs.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to be hurt.
It's a true story, though. Yeah.
All right.
Played a guy for his car was worth about $5,000. We played one game for a car.
Well, do you remember what kind of car?
I had to bank the 8.
Wow.
Okay, now here's how messed up it was. I was up on him like $2,500. He's like, double or nothing. And I was like, what do you got, dude? I think I got all your money, right?
Yeah.
He goes, I got the title to my car. So we went outside and looked at it, came back in. I was like, okay, cool. Because I'm thinking, so what, dude? If he beats me this one game, we're even. I walk away, right?
Yeah.
So
but
this on an old valley. So I break. I run all the way down to the 8. And I'd had like 6 or 8 beers. I was feeling really good. And I said, 4 rails, 8 ball. And I flipped the cue around. And the house cue back then had like this
rubber
big
bumper.
round rubber.
Uh-huh.
And nice, perfectly round. And I banked that 8 ball, 4 rails, goes right in the corner pocket. Yeah. He gave me
You 4-railed out on him.
Yeah, true story.
Man.
I have witnessed.
Remember earlier on when I was like, Rick, that's not why you're a jerk. Now I know why you're a jerk. That's why you're a jerk. It was that shot right there.
It was too, dude. I was really bad back then.
That's brutal.
I didn't care. I was making good money with my real job.
Oh, okay.
It was just too.
That's hilarious.
Too unreal.
What'd you do with the car?
I sold it for about $3,800.
No way.
Quick sell. Yeah. I had a body shop, so I just parked in the lot, put a for sale sign on it.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's a good day.
Yeah.
I have never made that much money playing pool.
It would be tough now. I mean,
would be.
Really, like 97, dude, it was like everybody just lost their minds. Like nobody would play for anything.
Oh.
And the ironic part was it's when pool tables went from like 50 cents to 75 or $1.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden people are like conscious about their dollar, right?
Totally.
And it's like, what the hell?
Can't
Where'd
play
all
for
the action
20
go? And then then it was like it was insane. Everybody, if anybody wanted to gamble, they wanted everything.
Yeah.
I want the 6 out, or you want to go play one pocket? Sure, but I gotta have, you gotta beat me 15-2, or it's like, what the hell, man? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the gamblers, I hear a lot of talk about the glory days and the old gambling days, and a lot of them fault needing a handicap.
Well, and I think it's coming back, though, right? I think gambling's coming back. It's just a different world now.
I think so, too.
I think too many people got too comfortable with one way, and now we're at another way. Get under it. Get under it. Get under it. Don't scratch. Get under it.
She did
get
already. That's the leg.
Oh, yeah, I'm watching it. My bad. That's a nice shot, though.
He's rooting for you.
But, yeah, it's just a different world.
You know what I think it has to do with?
Fargo's going to help a lot.
Fargo's helping a lot, but I think the reason that the hustle thing, it used to be about skills. It used to be like, oh, you think you can play? Well, I think I can play. So let's put $20 to see if we can play.
Yeah, now
there's all this information out there, so they can look into you. So then they feel stupid if they're like, oh, well, obviously you're a way better player.
Yeah.
And I think that people don't want to feel stupid.
Well, and I think the problem now is there's too many good players.
It's an issue for me, I tell you what.
People can say what they want to say, but in the 80s, I could go into any bar anywhere in the country and not play anybody could play anything. And feel comfortable doing that, right?
Yeah.
And if they were a good player, chances are I knew them or heard of them or saw them.
Yeah.
Right? Now it's like, holy crap, dude, you could walk anywhere and this guy's over there playing lights out and you're like, who the hell is that, right? I mean, yeah, you have social media and you could find them, but I think with the technology of being able to get on and watch these matches that we're watching right now, you can learn so much by not even being in the pool hall that pool players got a huge jump on the old school guys, right?
Totally right.
So there's way too many people that can really play now. So everybody's
The
scared that
the
you're running
irony of
into that
too
player, right?
is that I think there are less people, like proportionately less people playing pool now, or a smaller percentage of people out there play pool now.
You
But
think so?
I do. And
Based on what?
here's the reason: working in a bar. When
Okay.
you working in a bar, that used to be the primary source of entertainment.
But,
People,
but
what do
what
you
kind
do?
of bar are you in?
I am well.
Is it? I mean, is it?
It's
No,
probably a bad
no.
song.
Is it really like rock and roll, crazy loud, or
I do.
or
We're a music venue, but we used to be a pool hall.
right?
And the reason that I say that is pool used to be the thing you did. If you lived in a small town and you went out at night, you weren't like, what are we going to do? There was like the bowling alley or the bar and you'd play pool,
Right.
maybe darts,
Right.
maybe shuffleboard. Everybody did that.
Sure.
Now there's so many options. What are we going to do? Are we going to go to laser tag, or are we going to go to the arcade, or are we going to go see a movie? I mean, there's just so many,
Yeah,
and so many people stay
I think
home.
you got some good data there. My other problem is, what's up, Steven? My other problem is, people always say, well, pool's not what it was, but there's more tournaments now.
Oh, totally.
There's more people playing in those tournaments. So to me, I think pool is booming from what I see, right? And I'm saying it from a tournament standpoint. I don't know what's happening in the bars. I don't ever go to the bar. When I get home, it's,
Yeah,
I don't want to go out. I don't want to go see people when I'm home.
for sure.
know? But it just seems to me like there's a massive, massive amount of tournaments growing everywhere. And
Oh man!
wow, and look at that nice little roll he got off of that. Wow.
Yeah,
How
he definitely did get
unfortunate for
fortunate.
Leandrea.
I give Leandrea 50% on this bank though. She
Yeah,
spanked the
yeah.
ball really strong.
So yeah, I mean, I think that tournament-wise, there's a ton more players, and the skill level seems to be better. So I'm not sure where these people are coming from if the bars aren't. Because I'm with you. I mean, growing up, I was in the bar.
Yep.
I learned to play. You could tell your skill level like this.
Oh,
Wow, she tried to cut that.
that ball.
That was strong, but she's going to get a bad bounce here.
One of the reasons I like banking it is I feel like I have a better chance of getting lucky.
Controlling it.
Yeah.
Right.
Daily Cheeses asks an interesting question here, and I want your opinion. Y'all think the Nevada government is going to shut this event down?
I don't think it's going to shut this event down. Now, I might get in trouble on this one. I'm torn.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm reading,
Robert taking the lead,
and we're not. You guys can say whatever you want to say about news and all that. I really don't care. I've been doing deeper homework than the news. I think they probably should, because I feel like we're kind of being irresponsible because we're all here, and if any of us get it, and then we go back home or we pass through older people.
Totally.
Kenny's a little deeper into it than I am, but apparently one of the countries said if you're over 60 and you get it, stay home and die, basically, because they can't stop them from dying. Either so I'm torn. So
You
I
might
feel
get in
bad
trouble for
that
saying
way. Right. But I'm just saying. I mean, it's the truth.
Yeah.
I speak the truth, or what I believe to be the truth.
So
But,
here, I mean, the thing that I think, the reason that to me this event hasn't been shut down, where are we at right now?
we're halfway through the tournament in Las Vegas, man.
Las Vegas, Nevada. What does this city run on? Money that's created by gambling, these casinos, and the service industry.
Right.
There's no way until these casinos are shut down.
But they shut down all the bars last night.
Here in Vegas?
Yeah, all the bars.
No
Penn
way.
and Teller show shut down yesterday.
Penn and Teller shut down.
Yep.
I was like, it's the weekend. I can go to the pool. And I'm like, no, you can't go to the pool.
So here's my problem. I feel like maybe and hear me all the way out. Maybe we're being irresponsible for doing this event, and we could take it back to somebody. However, what else are you guys going to be doing? I mean, I kind of feel like we need to follow it through now, because I think a lot of people in here are playing pool, and they're like, this is helping them stay away from the panic and the scare, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I had a couple of people come in this morning that said, thank you for being open and doing this tournament, because it keeps my mind off of this scary thing that's happening. So now I'm torn, right? I'm like, should we? But, I mean,
totally.
So, I mean, for me, I feel like, well, I smoked for 30 years, so I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm taking a 50-50 shot on it, but
yeah. I mean,
You
that
know,
that
I
is
also
the,
have bills to pay, so
yeah. I think that's a dilemma we're going to find ourselves in.
And we're
like you
really,
said,
really sorry, Leandrea and Robert, if we're talking too much about stuff that isn't pool related on your vid.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and I like you said, I think one of the best things about this tournament is that it's taking people's minds off it, and I think that's what we should be doing as well. So it was a good question. I'm glad we talked about it, but like
yeah,
you said, let's talk about Leandrea and
yeah,
Robert
yeah.
here shooting.
And text Bud your data there. You're talking about something that's completely done and through, but the death rates are totally different. So I don't think we can compare the stuff. So
It's a nice cut.
it's all good. I don't think the billionaires would be shutting things down if it was just the flu. It's definitely more than the flu, but
Right.
you know,
Playing this combo.
I mean, we go back to 9/11. I think I would probably if I had a pool tournament the next day, I would have been there.
Yep.
You know, so everybody's going to have an opinion, and it is what it is. I got a feeling Leandrea is going to tie it up on this game, make it 3-3.
She just fired that combo.
Dude, she's got so much heart.
If she can get back to the backside of that 10 ball, this game's over.
Hit it a little heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Thinner. And well, did she hit it too thin or too heavy? Too heavy, because the cue ball slowed down a lot more than I thought it would.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, too heavy. She hits it thin enough to make
it's kind of nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I love the replay. The
Yeah.
instant replay. As long as I don't forget it, though, that's what I'm watching.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
It's a tricky spot for Robert. He's got a lot of balls on the table, and 2 of them, or 3 of them, the pockets are blocked by Leandrea's balls. The only 3 balls she has left. This is going to be a tricky out. I don't know what you're going to do with that 2 ball there. Let's see how he goes about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you have to give your hat, high five CSI for
sure
sticking it out.
I agree.
Then I mean, it's up to the individual. They have the option to come or not come, but
yeah,
based on everything, we already started. So
yeah,
I mean, we still got a couple days to see. So
I think it's awesome that they're keeping going, but I also think that it's responsible that a place like Lincoln City, Chinookwiz, is not going to do it.
Yes,
because
they didn't get caught in the middle.
Yeah,
right. I mean, if
we're already in Las Vegas, we're in a hotel casino.
Yeah, if this thing would have came 2 weeks sooner, or this tournament would be 2 weeks later, I think they probably would have canceled it.
Yeah,
just but once you're started and people are here, I mean, how crappy would that be? Okay, y'all got to get out. You're here.
Totally.
I mean, this is a no-win situation for Q Sports International.
Oh yeah. Nice shot.
But my personal opinion,
on the right side of that 10 ball to get back for the 8 in the right side pocket.
Yes, you gotta.
Your personal opinion?
Everybody's responsible for their own decisions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got to agree with that one. And here we go. This is to tie it up 3-3.
Told you.
Told you. He called it. He would have bet money.
I would have. I'd have bet your money all day long.
Gambling man, huh?
I'd have bet your money all day long.
Oh, yeah? My money?
Hey, my next 2 events canceled, dude. I can't I can't risk any money right now.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, but maybe you win.
Well, hopefully we're entertaining all the ones that are stuck in their houses right now.
No kidding. Yeah.
Go back and look at our Derby City stuff.
Some great stuff out of Derby.
Yeah,
Man, that's an incredible tournament.
I had internet problems after Derby, so I couldn't get any more video. I got like 9 of them up. We got like 50 more coming, folks. So
you know what? I'm glad you had internet problems, because that was one of the things you started dumping them up there, and I was like, I think Rick's making a mistake. I think just dumping them out there, it's so much content.
Yeah, I want to do it slower.
And I think just building them up a little bit and doing some kind of post where it's like, this is an event,
right,
today.
Right. That's kind of what we were thinking is as soon as we get home, we'll see how the internet is. But yeah, maybe put up like 1 a day or maybe 3 every couple of days or
and
something.
saying, hey, tomorrow we're going to release Justin Bergman and Boosty.
Right. Plus we have like 20, I want to say 25 that aren't even commentated. We're going to do those as if it's live.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be fun.
You guys are going to commentate those.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's great. That is just the coolest pool tournament in the world.
Oh my God, dudes. Can't even describe it. I'm actually looking at, and you're from the Northwest, so maybe we try it up there first, is doing a Derby City style tournament on 7-foot tables for the amateurs and do like 9-ball, 8-ball, or 10-ball, 8-ball, and banks. I think it'd be fun, dude. That
That'd be
format,
awesome.
it's something different.
Because you can't do one pocket. You just can't.
No.
So
do 8-ball, 10-ball, and bank pool.
Do you know how many tables they're going to be able to do in Pendleton? Is it 40?
Yeah, just 40.
We got to find a bigger. Well, I guess 40 is probably a good
Well,
place to start.
they're building. Supposedly, they're already working on a convention center that they say will hold 120 tables in the future.
Really?
That's what I'm hearing. I haven't been
That's
through
pretty
there
exciting.
in a while, but yeah.
Yeah, there just aren't that many
So
places.
the question of the day by James Renson: are we making money off the YouTube? Well, that depends on how you want to weigh it. Yeah, we have money coming in, but we got to pay people to commentate. So,
but are we making?
Mathematically, not yet. We're still on the losing end, but it's building up. It's building up. I think
I guess it
really. I
depends on
think
who
we
you
got to
ask.
be at about probably 20,000 subscribers, and that'll probably put us right where it's covering the cost. Right now, we're at 9,000, I think.
You said 20,000 is what you're hoping for?
Yeah, if we can end up, I think 20,000 subscribers, and if they all look at the videos, then that'll get us to where it's covering the cost of the commentators at each event.
That's
now
awesome.
we're looking at because our numbers are creeping up pretty good. That we're looking at sponsorship to cover some other costs, so we can start paying the commentators a little bit better. Maybe even give them some food while they're there.
Well, maybe you don't know
we're
this, but
building
I've been eating out your fridge all week, so
yeah, that's part of the gig here, bud.
Yep. Well, yeah, just the OBQs. I think that's the coolest commercial in all of pool. The Predator one they're playing up on the big monitor. I like it's showing like the making of the cue, but this I think about that commercial when I see an OB shaft.
Yeah.
Like
so one of the things,
it.
So Jeremy and Amy, who's been with us for a long time, they are now the managers of OBQs, and
so Mark Griffin bought OBQs,
right? And then I talked him into hiring Jeremy and Amy so that they could be even deeper because they go and do like 4 or 5 events a year with us.
Mm-hmm.
And then OB, even back in the early days, they were our sponsor, and then after Royce died, the sponsorship kind of went away when other people were in charge. But now those people are all gone. OB is now a new sponsor back with us. We want to help them rebuild their name, and the focus is on quality and production and stuff all here in the U.S. and stuff.
Well, I don't know how many pool players you guys know out there, but if you don't know one that plays with an OB, you probably don't know a great pool player.
God, dude. Have you hit with the Phoenix?
I haven't hit with the Phoenix.
Go hit the Phoenix and then hit with the Fusion. I think you'll get rid of your Revo.
Well, dude. I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking about with all this stuff going on. I'm like, do I want to?
Honestly, dude, so the Phoenix.
That's why I want to talk to you more.
I love the Phoenix, and hopefully here in the next couple months, you guys will see. I haven't come up with a name for it yet, but we're gonna do custom paint work on some cues.
Just so it's not flat black.
Yeah, just do some really cool. See what I can pull off, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the Phoenix, I can see a great commercial with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's if you could do like the dust or the ash, right, and just have a cue rise up through the ash.
Totally,
the Phoenix, the rebirth of your game.
I like it.
There's a million ways you could go with that and make that just. That's a great name for a cue.
It is.
Yeah. The space in between these tables, about another pool table.
It's pretty good.
So for all of you guys out there,
6'5", about 280, and I have not felt cramped yet. And it's pretty rare that I don't feel.
So the spacing is almost exactly another pool table in between, which means if you got any brains at all, or you know anything about pool,
about 5 feet.
Missing bank shots should be hard to do. You know what I'm talking about? Because you got a mirror system right next to you.
Yep.
right? You just have to just go out there and hit a couple and see what your slight adjustment is for the diamond table.
And what I find is that it banks
And
a little bit short.
Right. So
on
then
these
you
diamonds.
do you have to aim to the outside of the cross pocket to bank?
Either aim to the outside, or I'm just putting a little bit of running English on that,
Right.
throwing it a little bit. Which, I mean, most of the time you're doing. The tricky thing about that is, I think the best way to pocket balls is with that drop English.
Yep.
Something I learned a little bit more about at Derby, and that's not outside English.
Right.
A little inside there just kind of forces that ball in.
Right.
It's a little trickier bank. You're banking out a little wider. It's not as natural
Right.
of a line.
So yeah, but when you have a mirrored table,
It's a perfect point of reference.
right? Yeah. So there's a lot of people going, "What the hell?" These tables are spaced almost perfect. If you look across to the other side pocket on the other table,
Yeah.
and just shoot your object ball to that, you'll bank cross side.
What was she doing? Was she trying to get behind that 13? Just banking on him not being able to get out?
Well, I think she's just like, I don't know if she was trying to get behind that 13, but he ain't breaking the 7 out with the cue ball in that spot unless,
No.
well, he could. He would have to cut this 6 and hit the cue ball. I'm
The
going
up
to
and back.
say a tip and a half below dead center with a good stroke. Not a pop. It has to be a good stroke.
You
So
wouldn't
to
put
go-
any right on it to come back 2 rails?
No, just dead center. It's easier to control. Cut
Yeah.
the 6 in, right? Hit it about a tip and a half below dead center. The cue ball go back up on the path it is now. Almost hit that top diamond. Come right back down towards the 7.
All right.
Do you know the wagon wheel?
Do I know the wagon wheel?
You really got to buy the Rick Jones DVD of pool, baby.
Dude. Well, I mean, is it just like the clock system?
Yeah, but
Uh-huh.
it's a lot more controllable.
Does it come with the OB products? I think you got to combine that. I think the aiming system stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think if you include knowledge with those things, I think that stuff goes a long ways. People are a lot less.
Wow, no
Foul,
way.
foul.
That was not going to go through there. I can't believe he didn't go for the breakout.
Man,
Wow, she's in great shape here. Just shoot it all the way up.
exactly.
Can't
Yeah,
talk-
I think
I
a
don't
lot
wanna
of
talk
players
too
are just
loud. I don't want her to hear this,
intimidated
but
by lines.
a lot of people just don't look. Yeah, so I'll show you later. We should make a DVD on it.
Yeah.
Because the wagon wheel system will teach you so much on how to control your cue ball and get exact lines if you practice it. Because like that shot there, right? If like you were saying, put some English on it and go a couple rails. That's a lot harder to control.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
That was already a thin cut.
Right. But with the system I'm talking about, basically what happened is once you learn where you need to hit the ball, then if you focus on if once you've done some training and you go, okay, I know I have to go 2 tips below dead center to make this, then you focus on the tip hitting the cue ball. Then you forget about the aiming. It's automatic. You'll start increasing your percentage of making those a little bit tougher shots.
Yeah.
And your
man, great shot.
Your cue ball is going to go to places you didn't even know you could get, or around balls that you didn't know you could go around with confidence.
I believe that.
Right. So like, you shoot a ball in the corner, like the 13, if it was closer to the corner and you had a bunch of balls there, I could show you how to aim, make that, and go around balls that weren't natural.
Oh man, she was so natural.
Yeah, but this is even more natural. Look at
totally
this.
Created a perfect angle to come up.
She got lucky on that bump, but this is way perfect angle for the 8-ball. Yeah, that surprised me. I thought she'd just shoot it up in the corner, roll forward, shoot the 13 with a little bit of draw, and come back down to this end of the table. But she played it her way, and her way is working right now.
That's right.
She pops this in.
That's the only thing I'm afraid of is hitting too high on the ball. Yeah. I don't really like popping that shot, but that's a situation where you either got to hit some outside or
and the other problem is a lot of people overshoot that shot when they do it with draw, right? Because they think they need to hit it harder to get the spin to take, and then either you go super far or don't scratch.
Oh, get out of there!
I did not want to give him ball in hand right there.
Well, I was going to say that's do or die, but I don't know. I mean, this is for a 3-ball out. This is no gimme. Getting on the 8-ball isn't that easy. I think because most people are trying to get to the top side of the 8. Whereas if
Right.
he just plays the 7, 6, 8, and takes the 8 in the upper right hand corner,
Yeah.
couldn't be much easier.
Yeah, text bud. I like that idea. The ashes on the table and just have the cue morph up through it.
Is that Tex?
I don't know.
Tex that was hanging out.
No. No, that one can't spell that well.
That guy cracks me up.
He's funny.
He is hilarious.
He's funny.
We were playing
Boston.
on the nines last night. Yeah.
I'm like, why do they call you Tex, dude, if you're from Boston? Then he
I'm from
starts
Boston.
talking, and it's like, what the heck?
He's hilarious.
He's funny, dude. He's a really good dude.
He is. I agree. He's
All right,
keeping a good eye on those nines. He let us play for a little bit last night. We were already playing on there. Just kind of helped ourselves to balls.
Yeah.
He's like, you guys got 6 minutes. And then he BS'd with us for another 10. Definitely jerked the body on that one, but pulled it in. Soft off the rail. Robert Pike going up 4-3.
Yeah.
So race to 5. Robert's on the hill.
God, Leander, just a little off, or it would have been the exact opposite score.
Yeah.
So close.
Yeah, that was a heartbreaking miss.
I'm going to guess that Mike D made it to his match in time.
I think so, too.
Unless he's a big powder when he messes up.
No. That ain't Mike D.
The mighty Mike D.
Hanging out with that guy's been a lot of fun.
Boombox and Mike D.
Boombox and Mike D. Mike D's rolling with his boombox. Yeah, it's been great. Getting Colby in here's been fun. Paul Marquez sitting up in the booth.
Yeah,
Man, it's been great. And he was into it.
Yeah.
He was just like, do you think I can sit in there? And we're like,
oh yeah,
for sure.
I like the variety. I think our fans prefer variety.
I do too. I get sick of listening to me. I'm sure they would too.
I can't stand listening to me. I don't even know how we get people to tune in.
Yeah.
Nothing's worse than hearing your own voice. Oh my God.
That is
it don't
the truth.
sound right.
Speaking of which, is there other places you want me to share when I start matches? I've been sharing it to the BCA Worlds thing, but there's not a lot of people on that page.
Yeah, no, share it to everybody, dude. Whoever you can think of.
Well, but do you guys have Bad Boys Facebook?
Yeah, Bad Boys Billiard Productions. Yeah, I'm terrible at that stuff, but yeah, it would be nice.
If you're really trying to increase those numbers, that's the way to do it.
No,
They haven't even liked it yet? Whoa. Busted. All right. Well, I'll make sure I share the next match for sure. It's a cool picture.
Yeah, everybody grab a link off of our streams or one of our videos and share it with everybody. Let's see if we can get. I'd love to have 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year.
For sure.
Yeah,
like and share. I mean, if you're really interested in checking out pool, I mean, you hit that little bell thing. It's going to ding every time we go live.
Yeah.
And there is going to be some awesome pool played here over the next the next week.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're also looking at creating some other stuff. So, some
Pretty
more
ominous of you.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Some other stuff.
Some other stuff. Yeah, we're looking at creating some shows that I don't know. Some of you that follow us might know we did a Billiard Shopping Network show the year before last, trying to promote the stores, which we're building now. We're doing it a little bit different, but we did a live show and did a little bit of talking about merchandise and stuff and gave away a pool table.
So awesome.
Yeah, so we're looking at still building that up as soon as we get a few more stores built in there. And then yeah, we're looking at doing a couple of different kinds of interview shows. We're also looking at maybe doing reality show. I don't know. It's all got to be done on the cheap, but we want to do pool stuff and try to entertain everybody.
For sure. I think it's a great idea.
See what happens. We just take a swing at it. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, well, then we'll take a swing at something else.
The only positive thing about all this stuff and everybody, quarantining and having to do all that stuff, there's going to be a lot of people with a lot of free time. And that creativity is birthed out of that.
Yeah.
It's the mother of invention or necessity. That's what that is.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's your story. You tell it however the hell you want.
I think it's necessity. I'm going with that one. Well, how they doing over there? Your boy holding up? Kenny's the killer, dude.
Yeah, he doesn't get enough credit.
No, I agree wholeheartedly. He's somebody, it seems like you probably were Kenny for the whole time, and then when he started taking over, he's the one that started doing it all, and you were the one that kind of webbed it all.
Yeah. He levels every single table.
So awesome. Yep, he's pretty great. Pretty much does it with a smile on his face, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As best you can, when
Totally.
when stuff blows up and everybody's mad at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of babies in 9 months. What are they going to call them?
What?
Coronies? Is that what they said? What was it? In 9 months, they're going to call them some kind of babies.
quarantine-agers.
Yeah, well, 13 years after that, they'll be quarantines.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty funny.
It is pretty funny. This
is a silver match,
division, yes.
Krautmaster, welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. James, Tex, nice to see you guys.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, indeed. Again, this is brought by OBQs, the Billiard Shopping Network. This is a 2020 CSI Expo at the Rio Casino here in Las Vegas, Nevada. If you're anywhere in Vegas, man, come check us out.
Yeah, we're the only thing happening.
The only thing happening. We've got more pool tables than you're legally allowed to have people in one room.
I can't believe. Yeah, last night, dude. Yeah, no kidding, right? Last night when they said they shut down all the bars, I'm like, holy moly.
I'm worried that they're going to shut down the bars in Eugene. Now, our capacity isn't 250, but yeah, I mean, if there's a group of people that I know is not going to stop going out, it's the
Boombox is going to be very inventive soon.
Mm-hmm.
Out of necessity.
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, when I go back, I think I don't know.
Well, they're shutting a lot down up in Washington and Seattle area, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Last night, I think I saw they shut down the Space Needle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what's the capacity there? They haven't put 250 people in there, do they? Do they still have a restaurant up there?
They do, yeah.
They do?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I mean, last time
I ate up there,
yeah,
but it was like an 80. I think the last time I was in the Space Needle was like 91.
Space Needle's actually pretty cool.
Ago. Oh, yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool area. I mean,
it is.
I used to love to go. We
hit it.
When I lived in Alaska, we'd try to come down, go to a Mariner game, spend a couple of days, do a couple Mariner games, do the Space Needle.
Yep.
Go to Ivers down there on the wharf. And yeah.
Has some chowder.
Yeah, cool little area.
James, yes, if you're asking me, and I think you are, we do have a shop still. We got a shop with 4 diamonds in it. We got 3 bar boxes, 1 full size.
But you're not allowed in there.
James is not allowed.
No, he can go.
Really? I'll be darned.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Because of that one time you were late to a match.
Yep. Calling me out. Slackerfield. I was pretty heartbroken.
I guess if you promise to be really nice, they might let you in, James.
We could probably work something out. We do have a band list, and I don't remember seeing your name on it.
Yeah.
It's a pretty short one, too.
Yeah.
Well, he has been swinging and swinging at that 11 ball. I think it is up there. And just can't seem to get a hold of it. It is the only... It's not the only trouble ball for her. So, I don't know if he's looking to bank this back at him. That's what it looks like.
Phil Lycorn, one of the good old referees we have.
That's his name?
Phil, yep. He's a good dude.
Yeah, pumping out some new refs this year. Do you guys always do the ref training program here?
Yeah.
Brandon, to answer your question, I did not get my cues stolen. Someone I know stole my BK Rush out of my bag. It's a long story. I'll tell it to you soon. It's a heartbreaker. But
he's going to end up with a Phoenix or a Fusion anyway. He's tired of playing with that crap.
Yeah, that's right. Brandon's one of the people that we have to shop with. Brandon is another one of the table owners.
Oh, yeah?
Brandon and Joel Peck. Yep.
Oh, cool.
We've got a great group of guys there.
That's a pretty cool little thing. And then you just like what, storage shed
It's
kind
a
of
storage
garage?
shed. Yeah. It's kind of on the outskirts of town, so we have pretty cheap rent.
Just put in 4 tables and decorate it up, and
got 4 tables. Joel was nice enough to provide a fridge. We got a stereo in there. So yeah, I mean, we got
do
a
little
padded floor.
tournaments and challenge matches and stuff.
We do. We have 24-hour access, and that's kind of the key. Is I have such a funky schedule that being able to play late is important to me.
Wow. Well, we should discuss some Bad Boys TV over there then.
Dude, we'd love it.
Keep the content coming.
We've been talking about having streaming there. We have a limited amount of internet, and I think that would be our biggest challenge.
So you record, take the server somewhere else, and pop it up later.
Now you're thinking with gas.
Well,
I like it.
I'm thinking I got to make income.
You let us know, man. We're into
get the more people watching. We'll crank up some sponsorship, get you guys some cool banners in there.
It sounds great.
See what happens.
Brandon, you're absolutely right about that. It is better than everything. Funny set of circumstances, but I was able to break today with my Revo. Oh, man.
Oh.
And that could be the ball that comes back to haunt you here.
What's he got? He's got the 10?
He's 3 balls away.
Oh, he's got the 11 up there. Yeah, I forgot about the 11. It was hiding.
Yeah.
Just out of my sight.
Yeah. I think that's the 14. I think you might be colorblind with me. I discovered in the last 3 days that I am completely colorblind.
I think it's just the TV, dude. The TV's not tuned in good enough.
It's true. It's very dark. But you know who doesn't have a problem with it? Mike D.
All right.
You know how old Mike D is?
He's 64, I thought.
He's a lot older than I thought he was.
63.
No.
Yeah.
Well, he looks great.
He does, yeah. He looks good for 63. Yeah,
Brandon,
I think wasn't he bragging about getting his Social Security checks pretty soon?
Well, we were talking about.
I know he's getting his senior discount.
We were talking about senior discount is what we were talking about, and he didn't. Maybe he didn't want to acknowledge it.
Oh, he doesn't. He's trying to hold on to.
I think he's
long
50s.
Lost dreams.
Oh, he fired that ball. Man, he's going to be lucky if that stops in time.
He's gonna. Yeah, he came way too far now. What's he going to do, over and back and try to bump the 8 over a little?
I hit this with inside. So
try to hit the 8 going the other way, or are you going to go over to the right and then back at the 8?
Honestly, I kind of want to go into the 1. I want to catch the top side of the 1 and hit the
From
1.
Here?
The 1-4, yep.
I don't think he's got the angle to come down that far, does he?
Hitting a bunch of, I'm not even hitting high, I'm just hitting inside on this. And
actually, a low would take you farther forward, won't
it? Maybe. Yeah, because the draw isn't going to catch before you hit the rail.
Well, if you smooth shoot it, yeah.
Yeah. Brandon, thank you. I did have a good run at 9 ball. I had a good second day. Caught 4 matches in a row that I was feeling good, and then I caught a little break, and I just didn't show up to play. I don't know what happened, but
he showed up. He just didn't play.
I did show up. Yep. James, I know your ears perked up.
I know, right? He jumped up out of his couch and.
I think he's doing what you're talking about, going over and back. Oh, whoa.
Wow.
I'm not sure what. I think you know what happened there is
it's called a hatchet.
He just missed the ball.
So he got a little excited on this. He was trying to put way more on this stroke than.
Well, and this is huge opportunity here for Leandrea. Hopefully she can get out of this one.
He was trying to put way too much spin on that ball.
Yeah, he fired it.
Yeah.
Got the karate move going.
Well, she's in a great spot here.
She is.
And it can be done a couple of different ways. I like shooting with the 1 first. But
I think a lot of players don't want to take the 1 first because they're like, oh, it's kind of blocking that pocket.
Yeah, but it's kind of like I need to get the hell out, and I don't want to. And now it's tougher.
I agree.
Right, because now it's harder to make the 7. You almost have to shoot the 7.
7 next. That's what I'm saying.
Right, because
if you don't, how are you going from the 1 to the 4?
Right.
Yeah. Or sorry, the 7.
Yeah, I knew what you meant. Yeah, I think she should have shot the 1 first.
And taking the cue ball down to the
rail,
on the 1,
right? Or go up higher so you could shoot the 7 soft into the other ball, and then go up above, shoot the 4 in the same pocket.
Now you got a tough back cut on this 1 ball, and you're letting the cue ball go. I mean, you got to cut this ball thin. You got to hit it.
Or you could just play it safe and lock up under that 8. Just don't tie the.
Get out
don't,
of the.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Wow. Okay, so this is a tip and a half low and a half a tip to the right. And she should pull back just above the 8, hit the rail with the spin. We'll take it back up a little higher.
I don't
End
know.
up 6 inches from the 8.
I think you got to stroke this ball to not make contact with the 8. I think you're more than a tip and a half low. It depends. I mean, every player is so different because some players.
Well, your tip and a half low is different than my tip and a half.
Totally.
Something when I say tip, I mean like you got your tip,
Uh-huh.
and then the next tip is here, and then half. So you'd be almost to the bottom of the cue ball.
Yeah.
3 tips to the bottom, 3.5 tips to the bottom. So a tip and a half.
So she went underneath instead, and unfortunately made contact with it.
It's all good. Boombox is always right.
Yeah.
No, you
that's
guys,
what I've learned.
that's the truth.
So
you don't believe that? Ask the mighty Mike D when he's back in here.
Ask me. Don't believe that? Ask me. So I like cutting this ball.
Come on, he'll. Oh, overcut.
That's why I like cutting it that way. I mean, now you're at a do or die bank. You can try and play
he's
safe.
Just gonna bump. He's just gonna bump.
Yeah, it's scary.
He has to just bump. I mean, you have to play the percentages here. You got to bump just so she can't jump it.
I think that's a harder. I missed this shot earlier. I tried to bump it, and
he's going to play the bank. Well, if you don't make it, he loses this game.
I just want to go down shoot,
or he gets some freaky.
I'm all about playing safe, but
I don't like the angle on this one, right? I mean, to me, it looks like it's an angle to hit a diamond away. So then
low.
Whoa, he drilled it.
Holy
cow. Gotta love diamond tails.
Wow, no kidding. And you said it right there. I mean,
it's a do or die.
Yeah.
Well, he's on the hill, so I mean.
I love to bank the ball, and I saw more players
today. He has made a couple of phenomenal shots.
Yes, he has. This is a big.
He's got some Santa Claus.
Oh, no way!
Same guy.
Oh man,
same guy. We are hill, folks. Holy moly! You didn't see that coming. Did anybody see that coming?
I
didn't see that.
The only reason I would say take your time on this one is
stood up.
After you make a great shot, it's just as bad as right after you make a bad shot.
Yeah, he didn't complete his stroke. He stood up on that and let.
Oh, gut wrenching. And now, I mean, who's got the advantage here?
Now she's breaking, and she's probably feeling really comfortable now. That
you get back to that table, you were pumped.
She knew she wasn't going. Oh, stop it, Donald! You didn't see anything coming.
Totally saw that coming. Yeah. Oh.
And Potato acts like they've read a book. That's so awesome. I love my chat rooms. Oh, Ramil, come on. I know you saw it coming, but only if you were the shooter. You didn't. Yeah, I know you didn't see another shooter pulling that.
She broke those balls so much better. That's enough. That is a great break. She's in a good position to get out here.
That's funny.
2, and that's all I have to say about that. That's right.
That's not how the argument ends, Donald.
And that's it. Producer Rick Jones just said a minute ago that I'm always right, and you know who's always right about that? Rick Jones. So I'm with you. Thank you for giving your predictions ahead of time now, Donald, as opposed to post.
Yeah, waiting until the duck is done.
What are you taking here? I'm going solids.
Are you going solids?
Mm-hmm.
I think the one ball is the only thing she's got she can make that's solid.
That's
right?
the biggest. I think she could play the 5. Not that.
Yeah, that's a funky shot to start with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if she makes this one, it should be over.
Your 3 ball. You got to deal with the 3 ball.
The trick is to be careful. Well, yeah, but just give it I like to shoot this shot with a little bit of inside and just try to hit the 9. Because I'm afraid to death to run into that 8 ball, right? By the side pocket.
Mm-hmm.
But plus, I know I got to make that damn. Well, the 3 I think goes by. If the 2's out of the way, I think the 3 might go on that lower right.
I don't know. Donald counted a 3.
Yeah, see, I believe Ramil saw that shot coming because that's one of his favorite ones. Follow the 8 right into the pocket.
That's his move.
Yeah.
It's good to have a move.
Yeah. Well, he likes that shot to try to keep his Fargo steady.
It's me how Leandrea sometimes finds a contact point.
It irks you?
Huh.
That's a little harsh. Irks? I mean...
Everyone irks is different,
I know, right?
An irk could not mean much.
But irks?
Does it grind your gears?
I'm telling you, right? How somebody else shoots? That's kind of... I mean, if they make every shot, yeah, I could see that. Yeah. I'll tell you, what was his name? God. Mike Davis. You know who Mike Davis is?
I know that name.
Pro. Yeah. He used to play all the time. I don't ever see him anymore. God, that guy would drive me insane with his stroke and all that. It's like, how do you make a ball, dude? Those kind of people irk me.
It's pretty remarkable, though. Unscrambled his risk. That's true.
Could be. It's also Chris.
And Cirque.
Irks, but in a more polite way.
It's also Cirque.
And the chat room has lost its mind.
I wanted her to play the 2-ball with some inside and bump that 9.
Because the shot she just shot gave her nothing.
Yeah, even if that ball would have gone.
Made it,
yeah,
she was going to have a hard time having a shot.
Hmm.
But I still think depends on what he does here. I mean, if he tries to shoot the 15 on the side, what's he going to shuffle?
He's going to hit off the, let's see, the left side of that 5-ball.
Can you see the 13 to make 11. It? If he can shoot.
It's a great bump on the 11.
Came out perfect.
Yep.
That came out perfect. So do you shoot the 10 now?
Can he shoot the 10 now? If you can shoot the 10 now, you 100% do.
Right. Because that's a tough window to get on.
I don't shoot
and he's in the window.
I would stop shot right here, and I would take the 10 then.
Okay, then we're not looking at the 10 the same. What's next to the 13?
Gotcha. The 10. I'm looking at the 12.
Okay.
So stop and play the 12 now, draw into the 5, and then play the 10, 13, 9.
Yeah, as long as you hit the 5. If you go around those, that window gets super tight.
Yep. Yeah, I'm shooting some draw on this. It looks like he's falling forward. Probably going to make contact with one of those balls.
Yeah, he's going to go right around the 6, just like I said. And he's in hell, though. Yeah.
Didn't you get sick
That's
of being
why I would have shot the 10 ball. Yeah, I mean, but when you have balls tied together and it's a tough window, and you're in the window, that's when you got to shoot.
Take the chance.
Right? I mean, it's a little bit tougher shot, but
yeah, you don't want to be getting back to the same spot.
He was on. He had 3 different balls from 3 different angles he could be on.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Leandrea's getting back to the table.
I think so. Yeah.
What do you think about the kick carom off for 13 in the lower right-hand corner? Do you think it's going?
I don't think it goes, does it?
You think it's into the right rail?
I think the 10 ball's in the way, isn't it?
I think if you kick off that right side rail, make good full contact with 13, I think you got a good chance of pocketing that ball.
Huh. But to me, it looks like it's above the 10 a little bit. Wow, he's just going to try to nudge? Just try to do a nudge and take the cue ball to the rail?
I don't know what he called.
Well, I mean, the 2 ball, whoa, he went all in.
It was going too.
Wow. He had to do that with draw.
This is also no
Given that follow was not going to go. Yeah, but you got to shoot the 2 now. Or shoot the 3 in the lower right. Come down for the 2.
Yeah.
And if you don't quite get there, but the 3, I think, is the shot here.
I like putting the 2 right on the foot rail and gliding up.
You could shoot the 5 in the side, roll the cue ball all the way over, and then shoot the 3 and try to come down for the 2. But you know what?
I want to play the 2 up to play the 3 in the left-hand side pocket so that I can carry up to play the 5, 6 in the lower right-hand corner pocket.
You could do that, too.
I can play better than both of them if they were blindfolded. Well, that was a good finish for sure.
Yeah. Look here, tater head.
Mashed taters. Yeah, you're right. You can follow down with the 3, and it looks like that's what she's looking at. You think she's trying to stay on the left side of the 13 ball?
She kind of looks like it, doesn't she? I mean, the way she's
giving
setting
herself
it up.
A little angle.
Try to come down and hit the 13. Yeah,
Yep.
that's what she's aiming at. Just shoot the 2 now, then.
Exactly. That 3 ball
You know,
goes
she
into...
could shoot the 2, pull back just a little bit, shoot the 3 in the upper left, roll forward, right?
For sure.
And shoot the 5-6 down below, or the 5 down. Take the cue ball to the right rail, come out, shoot the 6 on the side, or all the way up in the upper right. I mean, there's plenty of options.
It's true. If she puts the cue ball by the 9, she could 4-rail that 2 ball.
Oh, stop
all
it.
the way. It's the truth. I love that.
You guys like to listen to him? Really? We have 100 people watch and check.
Watch them turn it off now.
Yeah, watch.
They're gonna. Yeah. Matter of fact, no. This has been a heck of a match, though.
2 is the toughest
Thriller.
one to get shape on. Take the 2 now.
Totally.
Try to pop up in between the 5 and the
I think
3.
you got to go 13 way because you don't want to end up bumping the 9 and leaving yourself too steep on the 2 ball.
Yeah, she might. I'm not sure what she's doing. I honestly don't know.
I'm glad she's taking her time. It might seem silly to take this much time, but I fully support you working through this. Sometimes you just have to stare at it for way longer than you think you would.
I got to go check out something.
Oh, great. Rick's abandoning me. Well, you're stuck with me, folks. Now it's just you and I. Leandrea, in this Hill Thriller, it all comes down to this. I do, when you watch this later, Leandrea, I think starting with a 2 is the safest way to go. That's your hardest ball to get on. But I guarantee she's got a plan. Looks like she's going to follow forward, take the 3 ball next. This is going to lead her down to shape on the 2 ball, and that looks about perfect to do so. You just got to make sure you leave yourself short enough. You can kind of draw, let's see, a line from like the center diamond of the foot rail to the center diamond of the lower right side rail. And as long as you stay high of that line, you're golden. You can cut that 2 ball in. And once you cut that 2 ball in, you're going to have kind of a hard time holding up. So you're probably going to want to take the 6 in the lower right-hand corner pocket and just draw onto the top half of the table. And you're going to have an easy shot on the 8 ball on the side. See, Leandrea's trying to get pretty straight here. And that's a mistake that I make a lot, is pushing down and be like, I can get under that 13, no problem. Well, I'm right. I can. A percentage of the time, and there's going to be a percentage of the time that I'm totally going to block myself from my next shot. I'm finally to the place where I would rather take that steep cut and run up and down. Let's see what she chooses to do. Let's see what she chooses to do out there. She's lining up like she's going to hit this ball, so I think she's trying to go under it. All right. She was trying to go to that side rail and back down. Holy cow. All right. Now you're drawn off this 6 ball. I don't know. She thinks she's going to be able to go to the rail and then back between the 2-9 gap. Look at this shot. Don't you dare scratch. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I so feel for her. I'm like, oh, she thinks she can drive through that. I thought she was a little bit too straight to get through that. I didn't think she could get enough momentum back down, but just hit that perfectly. Unfortunately, there was a hole right in the way. Oh. Yep, and I totally support this way. 12, 9, 13. Maybe that's a 10. 10, 9, 13. Ooh, feel your pain, girl. And this is for all the marbles. This is to go to the next round. Like I said, you are watching Robert the Deacon Pike. He's a 5'12". He plays out of Black Diamond in Spokane, Washington. He took first place in the team event in 8-ball in 2006. Second place in the team 8-ball event in 2005. That's McDermott in his hands right there.
I won.
You won?
Yeah, $20 entry. It's a McDermott.
Sweet, dude. It's awesome. Good for you. Bob winning a Q. That's awesome. Totally. Yeah. Rad. Meanwhile, Robert Pike, 2 balls away here. Just got to make sure you. Oh, man, he's going right at that side pocket. Ooh. Robert holding up in time. And he's giving a shout out to his manager, Sharon, or the manager at the pool house. Manager of the league, I would imagine. Big win there for Robert. Congratulations, Leandrea. You played an incredible match. I am very impressed with your game. Good luck the rest of your tournament. I do think this is an A-side match. A-side, B-side. Oh, man. I don't think it's an A-side match anymore. So, great tournament to you. Wish you the best in the rest of it. It looks like you will definitely be playing teams. To everybody out there tuning in, thank you so much for being a part of this. This is the 2020 CSI Expo. This has been BCA 8 Ball. This was the Silver Division match. My name's Summerfield Habner. This is Bad Boys TV, and we got plenty more Bad Boys coming up real soon. Please stick with us. We're here for 7 more days. I get lonely. Don't go away.